Hello everyone, this is Mike Clark, founder, president, hand model, and chief investment officer of Big Hand Games. And today we're going to demonstrate a setup and some play testing for Breakneck Derby, our latest release, which is a fast-paced horse racing game for 1 to 10 players. Setup is pretty easy for the game. First, you just put the game board in the middle of the table where everyone can reach. There's two main components in the board. We have this nice big racetrack with horseshoes and suits to regulate movement. And down below, we have these 5 spaces for cards to be played into the bonus hand, which will move the horses around the track as the game progresses. In the middle is the starting gate, which is just where horses will start the race and where they will finish as well. Next, take the 10 horse counters and place them in the starting gate on the matching number. Breakneck Derby can be played by 1 to 10 players. Unfortunately, in these challenging times, it can be hard to find people to play with. So today I'm joined by Pittsburgh Penguin Hall of Famer and owner Mario Lemieux, and this Pittsburgh Pirate Bucko mascot circa 1960. Next, take the deck of 10 horse owners cards and deal an equal number to each player in the game. Any leftover cards will be owned by the house and will still run in the race but not be controlled by any particular player. In our example, the Pittsburgh Pirate will control horses number 2, 4, and 3 during the race. And number 10 will be the house horse. In today's game, I will be racing as horses number 6, number 8, and number 9. Shuffle the white playing deck and deal 3 cards to each player. Then place the undealt cards next to the board. These cards should be dealt face down, and you should keep them hidden from your opponent. But for today, we'll put them face up so you can follow our play. We're now ready to start play. Play begins by taking the top card of the unplayed deck and placing it into the number 1 position of the bonus hand face up. The number on the card indicates which horse will move. So the 9 indicates that horse number 9 will be the one to leave the starting gate. Hearts indicates which lane the horse will move in. We have 4 lanes, each corresponding to one of the suits in the poker deck. And the distance moved is determined by the number in the bonus hand. So this is number 1. So this means that horse number 9 will move 1 space in the lane marked by hearts. And we move that the first space beyond the start line to begin the race. Since I own the number 9 horse that just moved, I get to play the next card. Looking at my deck, I have 2 8s, and I also have the 8 horse. So I'm going to take one of those cards, and I'm going to play it into any one of the remaining bonus hand places. Because it's my horse and I want him to run fast, I'm going to play it in the 5 position, which means that the number 8 horse will move 5 spaces in the heart lane. Take him and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's still my play because I own the number 8 horse as well, so I get to play another card out of my hand. I have another 8, so that seems like a good idea, so I'm going to place this 8 into the 4 position of the bonus hand. This means that the 8 horse will move 4 spaces in the spade lane. Lane changes do not cost any movement in Breakneck Derby. Simply move your horse to the correct lane and move forward 4 spaces. So number 8 has a nice lead, and it's still my play. Now I have to play again, but you see I only have 1 card left, the number 5. I need to play that. It's important to note in Breakneck Derby that you don't always move your own horse when you play a card into the bonus hand. Because this isn't my horse, I'm going to put this in a lower number position in the bonus hand and put it in the 2 position. So now we know, if you're catching on, that the number 5 horse moves 2 spaces in the spade lane. Because the respected Mr. Lemieux owns horse number 5, he will make the next play. But before that, I need to draw 3 more cards for my hand. In Breakneck Derby, you draw back up to 3 cards anytime play moves away from you, or when the hand finishes, or you run out of cards. So I'll take 3 more cards, which in a real game, I would be hiding these from my opponent. It is now Mario's play. Mario has told me he would like to play the 7 card because he owns horse number 7 as well. So we'll take that and play it in the last remaining bonus hand space, number 3. And we all know now that that means that horse number 7 moves 3 spaces ahead in the spade lane. With the bonus hand now full of number cards, we move ahead to bonus movement. Bonus movement is based on poker-style hands that have been played into the bonus hand during the basic stage. We see here we have a pair of 8s, which we call a double in Breakneck Derby. A double is worth 4 additional points. So we would take the number 8 horse and move him ahead 4 spaces straight ahead in his current lane. So that ends our first hand, and I'm off to a pretty good start. So we'll take those cards away. And we want to take a minute and talk about the other hands that you can have in the bonus movement. 3 matching adjacent cards is called a triple and is worth 9 bonus movement points. 4 consecutive cards is a quadruple and is worth 24. And if you're ever lucky enough to get 5 of a kind, that's called a bolt, which means your horse immediately finishes the race. 2 matching cards not adjacent to one another is called a trap and scores 1 point for every card trapped between the 2 matching cards. This is a 1-card trap, which is worth 1 point. If the cards look like this, it would be a 2-card trap worth 2 points, and this would be a 3-card trap worth 3 points. 3 or more cards in any consecutive order is called a streak. This is a 3-card streak and is worth 3 points for every horse participating in the streak. So 7, 8, and 9 would move 3 spaces straight ahead. A 4-card streak is worth 6 for every horse in the streak. And a 5-card streak is worth 12 for every horse in the streak. Streaks do not necessarily need to be in this order sequentially, so if I were to switch the position of the 6 and 7 cards, it's still a 5-card streak because all 5 cards are represented. To make things fair, the number 10 and the number 1 are considered to be adjacent for streak purposes. 5 cards of the same suit is called a flush, just like in poker, and it's worth 15 points for each horse. But if 5 cards are the same color but different suits, you still get to score 3 points, and we call this a paint. Now that you have the basic idea, let's move forward a little bit. Whoa, this race got pretty intense. We're now on the back stretch, and things have gotten pretty mixed up, as you can see. Number 2 is currently leading, and that is owned by Mr. Bucko. It's Mr. Bucko's play, and we see here that he actually has a queen in his hand. We haven't talked about face cards, but they have special powers. Mr. Bucko is going to take his queen and play it into the number 5 position of the bonus hand. The queen indicates that every horse in the lane matching the queen's suit will move ahead that number of spaces. So every horse in the heart lane will move forward 5. I'll do that now. Players retain control when they play face cards, so Mr. Bucko plays again. Since he owns horse number 4, he's going to take that card, and he's going to play it over top of the queen. Remember, the bonus hand is not filled until all of these spaces are filled with number cards. So he will move horse number 4 5 spaces. When horses are in corners, you notice that there are lines in between the lanes. This indicates that they do not change lanes until they get to a spot where they can at these suit spaces. So horse number 4 has to move 5 spaces, and it is a spade. So we move him straight ahead until he gets to the suit space. 1, 2, 3. Then he slides to the spade lane to complete his move. 4, 5. This is a good way to make your horse go faster by moving inside, or slow down your opponents while pushing them outside as they go into the corners. Mr. Bucko's on a roll. He's only got one card left, which is a 6. That's for me. He doesn't like me, so he's going to put the 6 in the number 1 position, and I will move horse number 6 forward 1 space in the diamond lane. Mr. Bucko will draw 3 new cards, and play will move to me. I have a king, so this is another face card with a special power, and I will play that into the bonus hand, position number 4. When you play a king, you get to move 1 horse of your choice forward straight ahead that number of spaces. One special wrinkle for the king is that if the horse happens to be in the same lane as the king's suit, you double that movement. As luck would have it, I have horse number 6 in the diamond lane, so I get to move him forward double movement, 8 spaces straight ahead. And because I've just played a face card, it is still my move. Neither of these cards are my horses, so I'm going to have to make a decision on how I want to play them. I'm going to take the number 5, and I'm going to place it in the 4 position, and we'll see why I did that in just a second. The play I just made would move horse number 5 4 spaces ahead in the spade lane. So let's do that. I will slide over to the spade lane and move forward 1, 2, 3, 4. However, we see that there's already a horse there. Number 2 is in the position that I was supposed to move in. This is called a block in Breakneck Derby, and when there's a block, the entire move is forfeited. So horse number 5 stays where he was. I have played one of Mario's cards, and his horse has not gotten to move at all. This is a really good way to frustrate your opponents. Sacre bleu! It is now Le Magnifique's turn. He has 3 cards, and we'll finish our discussion with face cards here. He has a jack, so we're going to take the jack and play it into bonus hand position 3. Now a jack is like the opposite of a king. In the king, you get to choose 1 horse that does move. When you play a jack, you choose 1 horse that does not move. So every horse on the board except one of Mario's choice will get to move ahead 3 spaces straight ahead. Usually the horse that doesn't move is the leader, so he is jacked. It's still Mario's play because that was a face card. I've moved all the horses except number 4 straight ahead 3 spaces. So we have this joker with this awesome Big Ham Games logo on it. The joker can be used to cover up a previously played number card. It can be played anywhere you want in the bonus hand, but it can also wipe out a previously played card. So Mario is going to play it over top of that card in the number 1 position, and he gets to play again. His final card is the 3, which he will play in the 1 position since it's now open with the joker. And horse number 3 gets to move only 1 space straight ahead in the club lane. Mario gets to draw 3 cards, and play moves to Mr. Bucko. And that's the race. Mario has won. It was a great home stretch. Usually when you play Breakneck Derby, you continue play until the first 3 horses cross the finish line. So you have your win, and you can use the starting gate to place them in their finish order. Then place would be 2nd, and show would be 3rd. We're going to stop with just 1 horse crossing just to save time. All the other horses are assumed to finish in their current order. If there's a tie, the horse on the inside lane is assumed to finish ahead. Congratulations, Mr. Lemieux. We didn't talk about the optional betting rules yet, but if we were playing with those rules, we would have each contributed an entry fee for our horses into a pot, and then when the race is over, it is paid out to the win, place, and show horses in the race. So not only does Mario have the satisfaction of winning the race, but with the optional betting rules, horse number 5 would have won, and he gets to put that token on his card and take this big Sammy Davis Jr. bill. He also has the 2nd place horse, so he's having a good day. So he would get to place and put that on his number 7 horse and take more money. Number 8 finished 3rd, and that's me. So I actually would get a little bit of money back for playing a decent game, and put that on there. In addition to win, place, and show, there's also head-to-head betting rules where you can choose a token at random before the race, and then that horse would be racing against number 6 head-to-head. So no matter who finished further ahead, they would win an amount equal to one of these bet chits that we have, so 3 times the bet. As we look at how the race finished, horse number 6 finished ahead of horse number 4. So the owner of 4, Mr. Bucka, would need to pay me 3 times the bet for the race. So that concludes our run through. That gives you an idea of how Breakneck Derby works. It's really a great game for bigger crowds at parties, but you can play this solo as well. So at the end of the race, Mario has won. He has all the money, much more than I do, as usual in real life, and also realistic in real life, Mr. Bucka has finished. So did you guys have a good time? What do you think? That's a yes. Breakneck Derby. Check us out on the Game Crafter.